take her back to the institution.
You see, Mrs. Primrose hopped the fence this morning of the Bensinger Clinic. You must be here to pick her up. Yes.
Miss Webb, have you by chance seen Miss Primrose?
Not for a little while.
Ah!
Didn't see her that way?
No.
She must be hiding.
Hiding? What do you mean? Her nephew sent these folks to take her off the train. Why? What's the matter?
It's a very sad case. She's a nut! She's a nut!
Mrs.
Primrose is a nut!
She's a nut! She's a nut! Mrs. Primrose is a nut!
She's a nut! She's a nut! Mrs. Primrose is a nut!
Mrs. Primrose is a nut! But it's a lie! It's a lie! She's as sane as you or I!
She's a nut! She's a nut! She's a religious nut! It's a very sad case! 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 She's the one who put up the stickers! She's the one who put up the stickers!
Repent for the time!
Repent for the time! Repent for the time! Is it She's a nut! She's a nut! Mrs. Primrose is a nut! She's 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 a nut! Mrs. Primrose is a nut! She's a nut! She's a nut! She's a nut!
Lily! Darling! I must speak with you.
Owen! Owen!
Everything's under control. What's up?
She's a nut! She's a nut! Mrs. Primrose is a nut!
But it's a lie! It's a lie! She's as sane as you or I!
She's a nut! She's a nut! She's a real religious nut! She's the one who put up the stickers! She's the one who put up the stickers!
Repent for the time!
Repent for the time! Repent for the time! Is it Oh, 5 zeros! Hello without the 2! Hello without the dollar sign is 0! 0! No! It's a very sad case! We're a very sad case! We're a very sad case! She's a nut!
Look! That woman's reading the Bible. She must be the nut!
Help! Unhand the assassins! Owen! Oliver! Stop! That's not Mrs. Primrose! That's Oscar Jaffe, the famous theatrical producer!
Oh, we're very sorry, sir. A terrible mistake.
We thought you were a woman, Mrs. Letitia Primrose. Ah, Mrs. Primrose. She's a nut, she's a nut, Mrs. Primrose is a nut.
Mrs. Primrose is a nut, but it's a lie, she's as sane as you or I.
She's a nut, she's a nut, she's a